Okay, hey everyone, we are going to talk about how to share a single tab within a spreadsheet. So maybe let's say, for example, you have an important spreadsheet and you have individual tabs, but maybe you need to share it with colleagues and you might not want everybody to see every single tab in that spreadsheet. There is a simple way to share that utilizing your publish to web feature. So I'm going to show you briefly how to do that from Google Sheets. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go into File. So let's say I'm using this dummy spreadsheet here. I just want to share. There's two tabs here at the bottom, but I just want to focus on this URL mapping. So if I go into File, Share, and Publish to Web. So when I go to Publish to Web, it's going to give me a few options here. We want to keep this web page set as a default, right? We're going to hit this drop down. Because if you select entire document, it's going to share that entire spreadsheet. And the whole object of this is to just share a single tab. So I'm going to select the entire document, hit the drop down, and I'm going to pick the tab that I want to share. So in this case, let's go ahead and try to share the URL mapping. And before we publish, I just want to show a couple of things. So under this publish content and settings option, you want to make sure this is checked, right? So automatically republish when changes are made. So what that means is if you're going in and you're still constantly making changes to the spreadsheet, it's going to automatically populate for your users. So people that you share this with, if you're making changes, it's still going to have that Google collaborative feature where it's going to automatically publish. But the thing is, your user is going to have to go in and just refresh. So you want to make sure that's checked if you want your users to constantly get those updates. So then we're going to select publish. It's going to ask you if you're sure. So this is a perfect opportunity to look at your document to make sure, check everything here, that this is the spreadsheet that you want to share. And if it is, go ahead and select OK. So what it's going to do is going to produce a URL because it's basically sending a web page. So from here, you can copy and paste this URL and paste it into an email, or you can do it directly from here. I'm just going to copy and paste it just for the sake of testing. And I'm going to send it to myself. So if we're going to get snazzy, I'm going to actually link it to, let's say, click here to view tab. Okay. So if you want to get nifty, we can just highlight the words and I'm going to go insert a link, paste that. I recommend using test this link just to make sure it is what you're trying to send. So I'm going to just test the link out. Yep, that looks good. Okay, and we're going to select OK and share tab example. Okay, I'm sending that to me. Okay, so let's hit send. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. All right, let's click here and boom. So it only sent me a web page version, which is what we want. It sent a web page version of that tab. There's nothing else at the bottom. It is all in one place. So I don't have to worry about anybody going in editing. They can't do anything with this. It's just view only, read only. They can't touch it. There are different ways of sharing this as well. You don't necessarily have to share it as a web page. You can send it as a PDF. You can send it as a CSV file, which is essentially an Excel file. The only difference there with that, it will no longer be just a read-only file. It will be a document that can be edited. But the thing is, it's their own document though, so it's not like they're going to be able to make any changes to the original. It'll be just a copy of whatever you send. So to do that, maybe we don't want to send a web page and we want to send a PDF or a CSV. Basically, you're going to do the same thing. So we're back in our original document. Let's go ahead and start over. So we want to share it as a different file type. So go back to File, Share, Publish to the web. So instead of it being a web page, first off, we want to make sure we pick the right tab we want to share again. This is going to be very important. So I want to go back and share that URL mapping. Instead of the web page, we're going to select one of these three options. So in this case, let's go ahead and try it as a PDF. So we want to send the tab as a PDF. We're going to select that. So once we select that PDF, it's going to produce a new URL. And that's going to be key, because if you send the old one, it's not going to send that proper file type. So you want to make sure that once you change the file type, you also copy the new URL. Okay, so we're going to copy that. I could share it directly from here if I wanted to, but we're just going to go back and send the email again. I'm going to hit send. Okay, let's go to the inbox, let it refresh. There it is. Okay, so what it's supposed to do is going to automatically create and download it as a PDF. So let's select the link, and it's downloading as a PDF. Okay, so that's one way. That's another way you can do it. You could send it as a web page, you could send it as a PDF. Now the thing is here, it's pretty similar to a web page where they really can't do anything with it unless they're pretty tech savvy and they can convert it into another document. But essentially it's still a read-only file. It's a PDF. The other option again is a CSV, where it's going to create and copy it as a CSV, basically as an Excel file. Let's say now you sent the tabs in a spreadsheet and now you want to unpublish it. You don't want them to be able to view it anymore. You just want it to be for whatever amount of time you want them to view it, and you want to unpublish it now. Basically, you're going to go do it the same way, and we're going to work backwards. We'll go back into our spreadsheet, and instead of it saying this tab, we're going to just change everything. We want to make sure this is unchecked. Basically, you're turning that tab off, and we're going to say stop publishing because we don't want it to publish. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Let's go ahead and select OK. It has stopped. So now you've shared the tab that you wanted to share, and you unpublished it so that they don't have that access. And that's it. So if you have any questions about this, or if you have any tech blurb ideas, please don't hesitate to reach out to the CTL. We'd love to hear them and pass it on to the campus. Thank you.